the clever fox, and the lazy wolf. In a deep, green forest lived a clever fox named Felix. Felix was small, quick, and very smart. He loved solving problems and finding creative ways to survive. All the animals in the forest admired him for his intelligence, but some were also a little jealous of his success. Among the forest animals was a big, strong wolf named Bruno. Bruno was not clever like Felix. Instead, he was lazy and always looked for the easiest way to get what he wanted. He hated working hard and often asked others for help. Bruno's favorite thing was eating, but he didn't like hunting for food. He spent his days resting in the shade of trees or walking slowly around the forest. His big size and strength made him think he didn't need to try hard. One sunny morning, Bruno was feeling very hungry. His stomach growled loudly, but he didn't want to go and hunt for food. Instead, he decided to find Felix. Bruno thought Felix could help him. Felix was sitting near a tree, eating some berries he had collected earlier. He saw Bruno coming from far away and noticed the tired, hungry look on his face. Felix smiled to himself because he knew Bruno wanted something. Bruno sat down next to Felix and asked for help. He explained that he was very hungry but too tired to find food. Felix thought for a moment. He knew Bruno was lazy, but he also wanted to teach him an important lesson. Felix told Bruno he would help him find some food. Bruno felt happy and relaxed because he thought Felix would do all the work. Felix, however, had a clever plan in mind. Felix went to the river and caught a big, shiny fish. He worked hard to clean it and bring it back to Bruno. Bruno's eyes lit up when he saw the delicious fish. Without saying thank you, Bruno quickly ate the fish. He enjoyed it so much that he wanted more. Felix watched Bruno and decided it was time to teach him the value of hard work. The next day, Felix came up with an idea. He told Bruno about a special place in the forest where they could find a lot of food. Felix said the place had sweet honey, something Bruno loved. Bruno became very excited. He imagined eating all the honey by himself. Felix warned Bruno that the place was dangerous, but Bruno didn't care. He only wanted the honey. Felix led Bruno to a small hole in the ground under a tree. Inside the hole was a beehive full of golden honey. The sweet smell filled the air, and Bruno's mouth began to water. Felix told Bruno to be careful because bees were very protective of their honey. He explained that the bees could sting if they felt threatened. Bruno, however, was too hungry to listen. Bruno reached his big paw into the hole to grab the honey. He thought his size and strength would protect him. The honey felt sticky and sweet in his paw. Suddenly, angry bees flew out of the hole. They buzzed loudly and began stinging Bruno all over his body. Bruno roared in pain and tried to run away. Felix hid behind a tree and watched. He knew the bees would not bother him because he had not touched their honey. Bruno, however, was in big trouble. Bruno ran around the forest trying to escape the bees. He jumped into a bush and rolled on the ground, but the bees followed him. He had never felt so much pain before. After some time, the bees flew away, leaving Bruno covered in stings. He felt tired, hurt, and embarrassed. He realized he had made a big mistake by not listening to Felix. Felix came out from behind the tree and looked at Bruno. He told Bruno that being lazy and greedy often leads to trouble. Felix hoped Bruno had learned an important lesson. Bruno felt ashamed. He apologized to Felix and admitted that he had been lazy. Bruno realized he needed to change his ways if he wanted a better life. Felix offered to help Bruno again, but only if Bruno promised to work hard this time. Bruno agreed because he did not want to feel the pain of failure again. Felix took Bruno to another part of the forest where there were berries and small animals to hunt. Felix taught Bruno how to find food on his own. It was not easy for Bruno at first. Bruno struggled to catch his first meal. He realized how much effort it took to gather food, but Felix encouraged him and showed him the right techniques. After some practice, Bruno was able to find food by himself. He felt proud of his hard work. He began to understand that earning his meals made them taste better. Over time, Bruno became less lazy. He started helping other animals in the forest. He realized that being strong was not enough. He also needed to be responsible. Felix and Bruno became good friends. They worked together to find food and protect each other from danger. Their teamwork made life in the forest easier. The other animals noticed Bruno's change. They were surprised to see the once lazy wolf working hard and helping others. Bruno became an example for everyone. Felix felt happy that his plan had worked. He knew that teaching Bruno a lesson had not been easy, but it was worth it. Bruno was now a better wolf. The forest became a peaceful place where all the animals worked together. Felix and Bruno often sat under a tree talking about their adventures. They both had learned valuable lessons. Bruno never forgot the pain of the bee stings. It reminded him to never be lazy again. From that day on, he always worked hard and shared what he had with others.
Learn English with Fairy Tales, the perfect book for kids and beginners. Inside, you'll find engaging, educational stories that are perfect for building grammar, vocabulary, and reading skills. Whether you're just starting or advancing, this book will guide you through exercises that make learning fun. You can access Learn English with Fairy Tales anytime, anywhere on your phone. Available now on Amazon Kindle. Check the link in the description to start your English learning journey today.